Have you ever felt lost in life, like you're wandering aimlessly without a clear direction? This is a question that haunts many of us. It's a feeling that can strike at any moment, often when we least expect it. It's like walking through a dense fog, unable to see the path ahead. Feeling lost is not just about not knowing where to go. It's about feeling disconnected, out of sync with the world around you. It's a challenge that brings with it a whirlwind of emotions: confusion, frustration, even despair. But here's the thing, this feeling, as bewildering and disconcerting as it may be, is a universal human experience. It's a common thread that binds us all. Every single one of us at some point or another has felt lost, and it's okay to feel this way. Remember, feeling lost is not a sign of weakness, but an indication that you are on the verge of a significant discovery. There are countless stories of individuals who have felt lost but found their way. Let us delve into a few of them. Consider, for instance, the tale of a man who, in the prime of his youth, found himself stranded in an ocean of uncertainty. He had lost his job, his family was falling apart, and he felt as though he was drowning in a sea of despair. But akin to a lighthouse standing tall amidst a storm, he chose not to succumb to the tempest. He took every blow, every wave that was meant to break him, and used it to fuel his resilience. Today, as the CEO of a successful startup, he stands as a beacon, illuminating the path for others who might find themselves in similar situations. Then there's the story of a woman who, despite being diagnosed with a debilitating illness, refused to let it define her life. She chose to see her condition not as a limitation, but as a unique challenge to overcome. She used her experience to reach out to others, to inspire empathy and understanding. Today, she is a renowned motivational speaker, touching lives all over the world with her story of courage and determination. And let's not forget the story of a young boy who grew up in a neighborhood riddled with crime and poverty. Instead of succumbing to his circumstances, he channeled the adversity he faced into his studies. He became the first in his family to graduate from college. Today, he's a respected lawyer, using his knowledge and experience to advocate for those who can't advocate for themselves. These stories, and many others, are testaments to the power of resilience and the strength of the human spirit. They remind us that no matter how fierce the storm, there is always a lighthouse, a beacon of hope, guiding us through. Each person found their way, not because they were lucky, but because they chose to keep going despite the hurdles. Feeling lost can indeed be overwhelming. However, it is crucial to remember that it is a temporary state, not a permanent situation. Life, you see, is like a labyrinth, full of twists, turns, and dead ends. Yet, within this winding maze, there is always a path forward, a way to navigate through the confusion and find clarity once more. Now you may wonder, how does one find this path? Well, it begins with finding purpose. Purpose is like a compass, guiding us when we lose our way. It doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It just needs to be meaningful to you. Perhaps it's learning a new skill, helping others, or simply striving to be the best version of yourself. Whatever it is, hold it close. Let it light your way in the darkest times. Next, don't be afraid to seek help. There's a misguided notion that asking for help is a sign of weakness, but in truth it is a strength. It takes courage to admit you're lost, and wisdom to understand you don't have to face it alone. Reach out to those around you. Share your thoughts, your fears. You'll be surprised by how many are willing to lend a hand to guide you back onto your path. Staying resilient is also key. The journey through the labyrinth of life is not without its fair share of obstacles. There will be setbacks. There will be disappointments. But remember, resilience is not about avoiding these challenges, but facing them head-on, learning from them and moving forward. And finally, maintain a positive mindset. It's easy to fall into negativity, to see only the walls of the maze and forget about the path forward. But positivity is a choice, a decision to focus on the possibilities rather than the problems. It's about seeing each dead end not as a setback, but as a chance to find a new direction, a new opportunity. The path forward may not always be clear, but with determination and courage, you can find your way. Remember, this labyrinth is not a prison, but a journey that shapes us, that makes us who we are. And in this journey, every step you take, every decision you make, leads you closer to finding your way out of the maze and into the light of clarity and understanding. Let's summarize what we've learned today. We've traversed the landscape of the human mind, a terrain as vast and varied as any physical frontier. We've recognized that feeling lost is not an anomaly, but a common experience shared by many. It's an integral part of the human condition that can lead to growth and self-discovery if we allow it. We've heard inspiring stories of individuals who, despite feeling adrift in a sea of uncertainty, managed to find their way to shore. They didn't accomplish this by chance, but by embracing their circumstances and using them as a catalyst for change. Their stories serve as lighthouses in the stormy seas of our lives, guiding us towards the path of self-discovery. We've also explored strategies to navigate through such times. First and foremost, we've learned the importance of acknowledging and accepting our feelings. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to not have all the answers. What matters is our resolve to find them. We've learned the power of introspection, of taking a step back to reflect on our lives, our choices and our dreams. This process, while challenging, can often illuminate the path forward. We've discussed the value of seeking help, of reaching out to others when the burden becomes too heavy to bear alone. Whether it's a trusted friend, a family member, or a mental health professional, remember that there is always someone willing to lend a listening ear and a helping hand. Lastly, we've emphasized the importance of patience and perseverance. Finding one's way is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's a journey that requires time, effort, and a lot of self-love. Remember, when you feel lost, it's not the end of your story. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. Embrace the journey, and you will find your way.